Guérin is on his way. He has Veya peeling away to his left. Here is Veya. Oh, Guérin, 1-0. And the player who's starting the move finishes it. Boksic, Rudi Voller. Oh, splendid equaliser. Pele. Bully, oh, what a goal! Bully is in tears again. And this is Boksic, who seals the win, and surely now has sealed the championship.
Amazing scenes, and Marseille snatch a 5th straight league title and the European Cup back in May. But the glory was short-lived as Bernard Tapie's dream turned sour. First, Marseille was stripped of their European and then their league crowns, and Tapie himself, still facing bribery and corruption charges, put Marseille up for sale. His once great side that for so long attracted the world's best now experienced the reverse. The Stade Velodrome bid a fond farewell to the Croatian striker and top scorer of last season, Alain Boksic. He moved to Lazio in October. The same day against Sochaux, Rudi Voller succumbed to an old shoulder injury that's kept him out on the sick list ever since. And they also lost their Portuguese star Paulo Futre, only with Marseille for a few short months, but he left in November for newly promoted Reggiana of the Italian First Division. Things became so bad that Marc Libre found himself in the first team making his full debut, as did Alain Bogassian, a defender seen scoring here against Nantes. The Brazilian Anderson also scored on his debut that day. Anderson brought from Servette in Switzerland on loan. And the new blood has transformed Marseille. They've won their last 5 games and appear to have turned the corner at last. With over half the season gone, they're beginning to pose a threat to Paris Saint-Germain. As expected, Paris have benefited most from the crisis at Marseille. David Ginola, their inspiration this season, his 10 goals lifting them into top spot. Although their success has not been his alone. The Paris club have long been waiting in Marseille's shadow and are well equipped to win the title. Their goals have been evenly spread throughout the side. The Brazilian Rai heading home here on his debut against Montpellier in September. And the old favourite Valdo with the winner at Toulouse. They're a team that justifies their league standing, and they've exploited their strengths to the full. Only 2 defeats from 22 matches, and their 11 goals against demonstrates their policy of containment. When Marseille met Paris in the 4th week of the season, Alain Boksic scored a late winner, the only goal of the game, from Paulo Futre's cross. But with the wholesale changes at Marseille, the outcome of tonight's match is very hard to predict. Marseille in good shape, but Paris Saint-Germain seem to have a stranglehold on top spot. Let's join your match commentator, Gary Bloom.
If Paris Saint-Germain are about to break Marseille's domination of French football, then today could well be a watershed. Allegations of bribery and financial mismanagement added to Marseille's expulsion from the European Cup has sent the French champions to the brink of ruin, and yet they're still very strongly in contention for this year's title. Paris Saint-Germain's defender Jean-Luc Sassou is missing with a thigh strain. But the home side field 3 Brazilians in this starting 11. Number 10, Valdo, has played for his country in the last 2 World Cups. Number 4, Ricardo, is a current international. Number 7, Rai, is the captain of the Brazilian national team and brother of the former international Socrates. The former German international, Rudi Voller, is fit to lead the Marseille attack after missing the last couple of months with a shoulder injury. Marseille have a Brazilian of their own who's giving the team a new lease of confidence these days. Number 10, Sonny Anderson, has joined the French champions from Servette, where he was the leading goal scorer in Swiss football last season. Marseille go into the second half of the season having won their last 5 league games. Paris Saint-Germain also have won their previous 5 matches. Some are billing this as a title decider. But Paris Saint-Germain have the advantage. They lead the French First Division. Early free kick goes away of the visiting team. Marseille beat Paris Saint-Germain 1-0 at home back in August. Alan Boksic scored the only goal with 3 minutes of the game remaining. Boksic has since moved on to Italian football to play for Lazio. Bolli with a free kick. A slight slip there, and here's Sonny Anderson. Ginola forced the ball out of play. Now, can Marseille get an early strike in on that Paris Saint-Germain goal? Nine here is George Weah. This is Prunier for Marseille. Wasn't allowed a moment on the ball, William Prunier. Summer signing from Auxerre, where he was the club captain. It's Friday evening football in the capital, this match being played tonight, so it doesn't clash with tomorrow's rugby union match here between France and Ireland. Anderson chasing the ball gamely. All the way through to Bernard Lama, the first choice French national goalkeeper. Dutuel off towards Deschamps. Marseille have to go backwards before they can go forwards. Bolli. It's a fine-looking ball to spread eagle the Paris Saint-Germain defence. Angloma didn't really get hold of the shot, and it, in the end, was a present for Bernard Lama in the Paris Saint-Germain goal. How about that for some Brazilian neat footwork by Sonny Anderson to release Jocelyn Angloma. Ginola. Colleter. George Weah. Ginola now down the left-hand side. Guerin's arriving in the middle. Here is Guerin, 1-0. 11 minutes in, Paris Saint-Germain take the lead. And Vincent Guerin, the man who's just broken through into the French national team, has given the league leaders Paris Saint-Germain an ideal start in this vital league game against Marseille. He just delayed his run inside the Marseille penalty area to maximum effect. And in the end, it was an easy tap-in. Well, Ginola had a massive hand in that goal, creating the pass back to Colleter, and then racing onto the through ball by George Weah before driving the ball hard and low into the path of Vincent Guerin. And it's Paris Saint-Germain a goal ahead. Well, how will Marseille respond? Ineko being roundly booed for that bookable tackle on Lancey. Ginola, beaten by Jocelyn Angloma, but illegally. Look at the right arm there of Angloma, pushing on the back of Ginola, who's already caused a good deal of damage to that Marseille defence. Prunier missed out. Rai goes looking for the ball. Now this could be interesting. Sonny Anderson. Rudy Voller up in support. This is Voller now, and that's an equaliser. Paris Saint-Germain's lead lasts just 3 minutes. And the former German international, Rudy Voller, who returns to the team today after recovering from a shoulder injury, stabs Marseille level in this match. Well, the two forward players of Marseille, Sonny Anderson, the Brazilian, and Rudy Voller, combined really effectively here. And this was exemplary finishing by Rudy Voller. Paris Saint-Germain 1, Marseille 1. And we're going to have another caution here for Jocelyn Anglomat. Basil Boli is furious with the referee. But that was another very meaty challenge indeed by Jocelyn Anglomat on David Ginola. Virtually from the restart. Marseille leading 2-0, that's in cautions. In terms of goals, we're level at 1 apiece. Anglomat follows Eric Dimeco into the referee's notebook. Vola got around the challenge of Paul Le Guen. Bogossian should be an easy catch for Bernard Lama. In fact, he took it at the second attempt and was always stretching. And has collided with Rudi Vola, who apologises. Vola got his boot to the ball, but also Lama's nose. Ginola helping it through towards number 7, Rai. And that was a good covering challenge by Eric Dimeco. Came across from his left back berth and smothered the dangers. Rai went in search for a second goal for Paris Saint-Germain, who have the corner. There's Rai, who scored the winning goal for Sao Paulo in the 1992 World Club Championship final. Fabien Barthez, the goalkeeper of Marseille. Prunier appeared to be doing some holding there. And George Weah. Well, believe it or not, that goal by Rudi Vola was only the second conceded here by Paris Saint-Germain in the league this season. They really do have a mean defensive streak, and Marseille will be delighted that they've got back into this game so quickly. Header by Eric Dimeco. Anderson finding Durand. Now Rudi Vola's waiting in the middle. Pull back towards Didier Deschamps. Oh, it was a poor shot in the end by Didier Deschamps. He needed to angle this shot either side of Bernard Lama to have a prayer of scoring a second goal. Ginola, fast and very skillful. Wins the throw and is in a hurry to take it. In fact, he'll leave it to Patrick Colleter. Ginola. Dutuel with a legal challenge. Prunier also tries to win possession. Flicked on by Dutuel. Finds Sonny Anderson. Foul by Colleter. Free kick to Marseille, and another caution here. Patrick Colleter, who's just completed 200 league games in the French Football League, becomes the third player in this game to be cautioned. Incidentally, Marseille haven't lost in their last 3 visits to the Parc des Princes, and they've won 2 of those games. They really need a win today just to cut the gap between themselves and Paris Saint-Germain at the head of the table. Durand looking for Vola. Ooh. 2 just couldn't combine effectively there. It's a very solid tackle on Valdo by Eric Dimeco. Ball knocked over the head of Guerra. Ginola leaves it for Colleter. There's been little to choose between these two sides. This is Le Guen. Prunier hoped Barthez would get there, but the flying studs of George Weah has caused a sour note to this game. Oh, and now Jocelyn Anglomar is involved in an unnecessary dust-up here with Colleter. Eric Dimeco getting unnecessarily involved. Ricardo to the Brazilian, squaring up to a couple of Marseille players. And this fixture has a real history of violence between the two sets of players, and a history of violence too between the two sets of supporters. Marcel Lene, the referee, telling the players just to calm down. But the Marseille players were originally incensed by the challenge by Vea on the goalkeeper Fabien Barthez, and that produced those ugly moments. Now, was this dangerous play? It could have been very, very nasty. Basil Boli acting as peacemaker. And here's this punch by Eric Dimeco, just arriving to the right of the melee and thumping Colleter on the back of his head. Eric Dimeco should be careful because he's already been cautioned in this game, and had either linesman or referee spotted that punch, I'm sure he would have been red carded. So, is there a goal before the interval for either of these two teams? Rudi Voller. Oh, there was a good deal of hesitation there by Ricardo. The Brazilian international almost cost his side a goal. That's Gianola. Cut out by Boli. Really has been a fast and aggressive opening 45 minutes by both Paris Saint-Germain and Marseille. But it's just as you'd expect between those old rivals, and two teams who between them will effectively dispute the French championship this season. Eric Dimeco forcing the ball away. Boli with a defensive header. Rai goes in search of the ball. Anderson. Marseille couldn't win it back. Ricardo just forces it wide again. Naldo. Rai unable to keep the ball in play, but his side do have the throw-in. Valdo. Should be one for Fabien Barthez, and once again Vea collides with the Marseille goalkeeper, who once again is furious. But this really is George Vea's game. He intimidates the opposition with his aerial threat. And one or two of these challenges would grace the rugby union match being played here between France and Ireland tomorrow. At half-time, the two teams are level. Paris Saint-Germain took the lead through Guerin after 11 minutes of the game, stabbing the ball in. But Paris Saint-Germain's lead lasted just 3 minutes. And the former German international Rudi Voller drew Olympique Marseille level. The half-time score then from the Parc des Princes: Paris Saint-Germain 1, Marseille 1. Marseille's Rudi Voller has joined the Swede Kenneth Anderson as one of only two players to score a league goal against Paris Saint-Germain here this season. Teams level at 1-1 at half-time. And here's David Gianola for Paris Saint-Germain. The ball crashes off Basil Boli, and it's going to be a corner for Paris Saint-Germain. Daniel Dutuel has gone off for Marseille, who've made a switch at half-time. The Portuguese international Rui Barros has come on for them. Barros wearing the number 15 jersey. Oh, and there's a flick on the near post by Rai. Some rather slack marking there by Marseille. Watch the number 7 just angle his head back as Dimeco tried to make a challenge. No sudden climactic conditions to give us the fog. Is in fact the smoke from some of the flares on the terraces. Deschamps takes a free kick, finds Di Mecco. The best of balls to find Bolly. Thumping clearance by Barthez. Which is Eric Di Mecco, who landed quite a punch in the first half on the back of Patrick Colter's head. He wasn't spotted by any of the officials. So another meaty challenge on Grevin. Durand left the ball behind. Lancet slides it through, looking for George Weah. Prunier made the challenge. Weah still gets the cross in, looking for Ginola. Just about forced clear by the Marseille defence. Lancet. Good opening to the second half by Paris Saint-Germain. Well, there's plenty of vocal encouragement for the home side. Paris Saint-Germain finished third a couple of seasons ago, second last year. This could be their season, and that could well have been a goal for David Ginola. Francis Lancet will take the throw. In towards Rai. Oh, he's found a way through. Headed clear by Bolly. Prunier. Durand tries to win it. Sonny Anderson now. Great close control when he receives the ball. Trying to turn Alain Roche. Well, they bought him as a replacement for Alan Boksic. And you can see why Marseille thought so highly of him. In the end, it was a tackle by Ricardo which denied him a shot on goal. Just when you think that one team are gaining an ascendancy, the other come back and attack just as hard. Le Guen. Di Mecco fires it back towards Sonny Anderson. And two Brazilians dispute possession. Sonny Anderson and Ricardo. And it's the Brazilian of Marseille who commits the foul. Valdo. Colleté. Tracked by Rui Barros. Anglomar with a foul which could well earn him a red card. He's already had one yellow card in the first half. And Jocelyn Anglomar, the former Paris Saint-Germain winger, has been sent off. There really was little need for this sort of challenge because Colleté was heading towards the corner flag. May just be a little bit harsh because there wasn't too much intent of foul play, but Anglomar completely mistimed his tackle. And that's the kindest thing you can say about it. Really has been an unhappy season for Jocelyn Anglomar. Been sidelined a good deal through injury. And Gravelin about to come on here for Paris Saint-Germain. So confirmation of the red card shown to Jocelyn Anglomar. And Marseille will have to play out the remainder of this game with just 10 men. After George giving him one or two last-minute instructions. Barthez didn't really get a clean punch to that ball. That one hooked over his own head by Durand. Sonny Anderson. Jocelyn Anglomar just explaining his moment of petulance. So Gravelin coming on here for Paris Saint-Germain. And so is Pascal Fougier for Marseille. who arrived last year from Lyon. Rather surprisingly, Fougier replaces a Marseille substitute, Rui Badosh. The substitute substituted. And this is Daniel Bravo. That came on for Paris Saint-Germain. Rai. Where? Daniel Bravo, often used as a substitute these days. Once a teenage international, quite a few years now, regular in this Paris Saint-Germain team, and he will replace the giant Liberian international George Weah. Just wonder if all those changes will have a detrimental effect on the flowing nature of this game. Man hiding behind the Marseille coach, Marc Bourrier, is Bernard Tapie, the owner of Olympique Marseille. Now there's an opening here for Paris Saint-Germain. This is David Ginola. Eric Dimeco is the first defender he has to worry about. Hello was the player judged to have fouled his marker. Push on Fougier. Marseille have conceded just 3 goals in their marvellous run of 5 straight league wins. Going into this match, it looks both teams will be frustrated unless we can get a winning goal. Maybe we will now. Corner to Paris Saint-Germain. All of a sudden there's a little bit more noise and expectation around the Parc des Princes. Valdo to curl his right boot around this ball. Ricardo's up inside the penalty area. Aimed into the near post. Bravo almost got a diving head to the ball. And in fact it was Rai who did direct it onwards. It was forced away by Eric Dimeco. It's going to be another corner for Paris Saint-Germain. Barthez has missed it. Bravo has scored. No! The referee says foul on the Marseille goalkeeper. And there's 1 or 2 angry players now inside that 6-yard box. It looks like there was a foul by Ricardo of Paris Saint-Germain just about there on Fabien Barthez before Bravo, the substitute of Paris Saint-Germain, headed the ball into an unguarded net. Or maybe there was a push by Ginola on the near post. Either way, the goal doesn't stand, and 10-man Marseille have to hang on for a little bit longer. Hooked away by Bolly. Lama clears, but it ends level. I'm sure it's a moral victory for Marseille, because when Eric Dimeco was sent off after 68 minutes of the game, they must have thought that Paris Saint-Germain would turn the screw on Marseille and find a winning goal. The ball was flashed into that Marseille net right at the death, but it was ruled out, and the 2 goals in the opening 45 minutes are the only ones which stand. Full-time score from the Parc des Princes. Paris Saint-Germain 1, Marseille 1.